What's up everyone, it's Adam here from Automotive Action Media, back again with another video, and in this video we're going to be installing RGB Stedi Rock Lights. Let's get to it. Okay, so you would have just seen me unbox everything just before. I'm just going to go through the contents really quickly. We have here just the user manual at first. We've got our 6 mounting plates here that get bolted on underneath the rock lights. We have our 6 rock lights, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now there is 2 5-meter length cords here for the rock lights, and then we've got 4 3.5-meter length cords here as well. So you've got 2 to reach down towards the back, and then you've got your other 4 for around the sides. Now we also have here, this is the little control box here, and then this goes out into the rock lights. We have the harness and the fuse that runs back into the cab, and we also have our battery terminals just here as well. Now a little side note here as well, I have these. Now these I just purchased from Bunnings. I think they're only about $2 or $3 or something a piece, and it just so happens to be, and I'll show you a little bit later, that the holes right here line up perfectly with the holes on these Stedi rock lights. So these are going to be my mounting brackets, the 4 brackets that I will use that I mount to the chassis. I've painted the inside surfaces here black because when I mount it onto the chassis, the rock lights will mount on that surface right there and be pointing straight down. So that is basically the quick little rundown of what is inside of the box that is provided by Stedi. So let's just get into it. Let's do it. Okay, so getting started, the first thing that you'll need to do is simply lift up your bonnet just to allow access for later on. Next, unravel one of the 5-meter long light cables and position the light roughly where you want it to be. Then start running the cable up and out of the way out of any moving parts. It's best to run the cabling along the chassis up to the engine bay, tucking the wiring wherever possible. Later, we will be zip tying the wiring to any main wiring harness we can to keep things neat. You are going to be doing this for all 6 lights. My personal aim is to go for more of an underglow or early 2000 auto salon type underbody lighting, not so much the off-road rock light where the lights are mounted inside the wheel wells and pointing towards the tyres, so feel free to position the lights wherever and however you want them to be. Ensure that you are running the cabling away from the exhaust system and any moving parts such as control arms or other suspension components. Running all of the cabling is quite easy but can be fiddly and time consuming, especially if you want to keep things neat. Just take your time, and if possible, it's best to run all the cabling over to the driver's side. Alright, so all we're going to do now is we're going to find a little spot to mount this. I'm thinking just on the back of the ECU here. I'm just going to zip tie it on for now, maybe until I make a bracket at another point. And then we're going to plug in all of these cables. We're going to run all of the wires nice and neat throughout the engine bay as best as we can. I'm not an auto electrician, I don't know all the little secrets. So we're going to run that. We're going to run the cabling for the battery, which is right here. We're going to run that back over the other side and connect that up to the battery. And then we're going to run this through the grommet, just down in the firewall here, and up into the dash. Let's go for it. Now to connect all the light cables. This is super simple and does not require any particular order. Simply align the keyway with the notch on the inside of the connection, or align the 2 arrows on the outside of the connection and screw it together. Do this with all 6 connections. I then decided to bundle up all of the cabling and zip tie it together to tuck away inside the engine bay. Next, remove any obstructions preventing you from getting to the grommet in the firewall. We are going to be running the switch cabling through that grommet. I then used a Stanley knife away from other wiring to cut a slit through the grommet, roughly 10 to 15 millimeters long, so I can easily push the switch cabling through the grommet. Pull the connectors off the switch, remembering that the black goes on the bronze color tab. Take a photo of the color order if needed. Now push the cabling through the grommet. Then get inside the footwell of the car. Reach up and pull the cabling through. You may need to pull the carpet down, remove any covers, and move other wiring out of the way. In my case, I had done this once before, so the area was open for me to grab the wiring. So something that I wasn't expecting to do was having to extend the wiring that goes to the battery. Unfortunately, both the wiring for the switch and also for the battery are similar in length, so one of them had to be extended. Luckily, I had some spare wiring from an old light bar loom that was the same, so I cut, soldered, heat shrinked and taped up the joints. If the battery wiring was about 60 centimeters longer, we wouldn't have this issue. Now tuck the wiring away, undo the battery terminal, connect the positive wire, then the negative wire, and tighten the terminals back up. Now it's time to test out the lights. Flick the switch and check that all the lights are working. A quick little tip with the rubber mounting plates. Instead of drilling holes and cutting slots into metal, simply cut out the slot of the rubber mount so you can run the wiring out of the side and still achieve a neat finish. Do this with all 6 mounts. All you have to use is a Stanley knife like so. Now to finally mount the lights. Position the bracket where you would like the light to be. Center punch where the hole is and using a hex head self-tapping screw, drill the hole. Pull the screw out, position the bracket and drill the screw back in. Then simply drill in the other screw. Be sure to check with your country and state laws regarding drilling into your chassis. Speak with an engineer if necessary. Now to bolt the light in place. Using the supplied kit, fit the flat washer onto the bolt first. Then the black collar with the flat edge against the flat washer. Fit the rubber mount to the light. Position the light and put the bolt in and install the lock nut. Using an 8mm ring spanner and a screwdriver or drill, tighten up the bolt. It's best to use a drill if you have one since the bolt is actually quite long. And now do the same with the other bolt as well. Now that you know how to mount them to the chassis, do this with the other 3. Stedi also supply a number of large self-tapping screws. This is another method you can use to mount the light. In my car, I am using the screws to mount to the underside plate of the alloy ball bar on the front of my vehicle. You may need to pre-drill the holes first since the screws are quite long also, and a little awkward to use. I also done this on the rear of the vehicle, but you can't see what I was doing on camera, so I haven't shown it here. I'm using the supplied switch from Stedi, so I'm drilling a hole through a safe place in my dash where there is no wiring or plastic behind where I'm drilling. I had to drill out to a 20mm hole to fit the switch. I then used a Stanley knife to clean up the edges just like so, and then pushed in the switch. Now make sure that the switch works and that all the lights are working and on, and download the app. Please mind the app recommendations on my phone. Okay everyone, I am outside here. I've just pulled up at a bit of a parking lot and just testing out the lights now. So when you load onto the app, you will see that it has all the different colors and whatnot here. It may be on, mine is already on, this is off now, but it just turned back on now. And when you first connect to this, you may need to jump to the top left corner here, hit my device, and try and find the device there, and you can disconnect it or reconnect it just like so. When you go back to the app here, yeah, you can basically just change all of the colors however you please. You can move on the inside of the circle here, on the little middle bit in the middle there, or on the outside there. You can hit this button right here and it'll just change the colors to what it just randomly strobing, so to speak, strobing different colors. But here's the other strobe that moves it really, really fast as well. Oops, just bumped the camera, my bad. So I'm going to just flick that off. Just turn it back on, go to the different color that we want. Purple for me is looking pretty good. Now you can adjust the brightness with this little slider at the bottom here, and if you go to the one just below it, you can adjust the saturation. So if you want just a white light, you can reduce the saturation right down to nothing, which will be a white light, which will be really, really good for when you're off-roading. So if we move it up, we increase the saturation. You can move over, change the speed of the different pulsings and other bits and pieces here as well, faster or slower. And then you can also go to the microphone here as well. Alright, so there you have it. That is the install of the Stedi RGB lights, the Rock Lights. Other than not tidying up a couple extra little bits and pieces, I've just got to run through with the zip ties now and just tidy up some of the cabling and just make sure it's out of the way of, you know, the wheels and tyres, the exhaust and other bits and pieces. Don't forget to do that. Please don't forget to do that. That's what I'm going to be doing next. Now, my honest review of this product, I actually think it's pretty awesome. Overall, it's awesome. It is a really cool product. I think Stedi is overall a really good quality product as well. There was obviously the little setback with the cabling being too short going to the battery or to the switch. I really think Stedi should do something about that. Literally another 30-40 centimeters would make everything a lot easier. Putting it over into the driver's side I think was a better idea anyway than going over to the passenger side, because yeah, just the extra space that I personally had here on this side, it gave me a nice easy mounting spot for the little control box as well. But yeah, I think overall it's great. I mean, it is Stedi. Stedi is a really good, well-known brand. With that, that's the end of the video, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.